Spread the love, a sustainable Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a day filled with sweets, flowers, cards, and gifts. It has become a big industry. According to a research done by the National Retail Federation in 2011, Americans were estimated to spend $15.7 billion on Valentine's Day merchandise. The average consumer is spending $116. Just like any other holiday, Valentine's Day causes unintentional consumption of natural resources and generation of waste, which can have a great environmental side effects. According to CNN.com, Valentine's Day is the second largest card-giving holiday. Hallmark was noted to have over 1,400 various Valentine's Day greeting cards. That is a lot of options to pick from. According to Vanderbilt.edu, 141 million cards will be exchanged on Valentine's Day, not including the Valentine's children exchange in their classrooms. Think of all the paper products used in production of these cards. Not only do we have to account for the actual card, but the envelopes too. According to the U.S. Environmental Agency, 35% of landfills are composed of paper products. I'm sure a majority of the notes and cards received on this holiday end up in these landfills. Today, a lot of cards are now made of recycled paper, which is a step in the right direction. But after researching, some other great options were presented. You can make your own card using recycled paper. This is a great alternative for the crafty person. You can put your own personal touch on each card. Another idea introduced was that of a scrap card. These cards are composed of old thank you notes, pictures, magazine articles, etc. Today we live in such a technology-driven society, and recently e-cards have become very popular. These are electronic cards given via email or social media websites, although some people view these as not as sentimental. Last year, the National Retail Federation estimated that $1.6 billion was spent on lingerie for Valentine's Day. Clearly, lingerie is a staple product for any store that features Valentine's products. Shelves full of delicate, pink lacy, sassy red frills and seductive black ruffles. Unfortunately, the truth behind some of these items is anything but sexy. For example, in 2008, it came out that Victoria's had a dirty little secret. One of her subcontractors had hired out 35 California inmates to sew lingerie and leisure wear. Since then, Victoria's Secret has cleaned up their act, but businesses using prisoners or other individuals for slave wage to make profit continue to persist. Other major companies like Forever 21, Aeropostale, and Urban Outfitters have all been involved in using child labor to harvest the cotton for their clothing production. So what can you do? You might not be able to directly stop the use of slaves and prisoners in clothing production, but you can have an influence. The first step is to spend a couple minutes doing research on a business, even if it's just 5 minutes on your smartphone before you go into a store. A quick couple searches about fair trade in the store you're considering and you can make a more aware, informed decision about your V-Day sexy time clothing. If you have a little more time, purchasing online is a great way for a larger variety of options. An excellent website to start with is called StyleWith. This website is dedicated to being a search engine for different types of ethical, eco-friendly fashion brands. A part of their mission statement explains what it means for products to be fairly traded. This means that the workers are paid a decent wage and their working conditions are closely monitored to ensure they are fairly treated. Using alternatives like StyleWith to purchase your clothing ensures that not only you can enjoy your Valentine's Day, but also the people who made it possible. Chocolate is the food of love and is a huge industry. Valentine's Day alone, 58 million pounds of chocolate are bought. However, in other parts of the world, it is the cause of child slavery. West Africa is the leading exporter of cocoa beans in the world market. Young boys as young as 12 are sold into slave labor and are forced to harvest beans in cocoa farms. There is extreme abuse, and they are forced to work in inhumane conditions. They face long working hours and work with dangerous machines. Children are beaten and robbed of their education. Most cocoa companies reap the benefits of child labor. Hershey's and Mars are two major companies that have not done anything about this problem. There are many things we can do to not support the way most chocolate is harvested. The Dark Side of Chocolate is a very important documentary that helps raise awareness. And have no fear, chocolate lovers, ethically sourced chocolate is gaining prevalence. The most effective way to look for this type of chocolate is to look for a short supply chain. Bean to bar and direct trade own the entire production chain. Other slavery-free supply chains are fair trade, equal exchange, and rainforest alliance. It is not fair that something that brings so much joy to us is devastating lives overseas. According to Huffington Post, 80% of cut flowers in the United States are imported from other countries, many coming from South America. With flowers being imported, the transportation and energy costs are very high, and these flowers are typically grown with pesticides used. Many flowers sold in the United States, specifically California, use a significant amount of water, which can cause drought. One way to avoid imported flowers this Valentine's Day is to visit your neighborhood florist and find out their alternative options to imported cut flowers. Most local florists are more eco-friendly and limit pesticide use with their flowers. According to the Los Angeles Times, one sustainable option is to buy flowers through Whole Trade Flowers by Whole Foods. They partner with flower farmers in Ecuador, Colombia, and Costa Rica and get a social premium price used to fund a community project benefiting the collective of farmers. Sustainable flowers can also be purchased online through companies like organicbouquet.com, localharvest.org, or veraflora.com that offer USDA certified organic flowers or direct customers to local growers.